So another Q&A here. We have John, and John asks, how much money have you invested into training equipment? So the answer to that is thousands of dollars. So you have to keep in mind, anytime you enter a meet, there's a fee, and that may range from $50 to $70 for one division. And you have to pay your annual dues to the, for me, for example, I believe it's $45 for the USAPL. And also traveling internationally, traveling to competitions, that's additional money. So, for example, for Norway, I also took a trip to France with my girlfriend, but in that time frame. But that cost me 6,000 out of pocket. So things are quite expensive in powerlifting. It's not a sport that you can do without money. So. For example, when I buy a new squat suit, that'll be around 160 bucks. If I buy a bench shirt with customization, so the last bench shirt I bought was $300 around, so it's quite expensive. And luckily, for the past world event, I had about $2,000 worth of gear sent to me, so I was very grateful for that. Because I didn't have to spend additional money on additional equipment. So just by the sheer number of competition that I've done, spending 50, 70 bucks a pop, traveling to competitions, for example, for the past 3 years, I traveled to Orlando. So what that tickets at least 300 bucks from the Washington D.C. area per person. So anyone that I take with me, I pay all their expenses. And the second trip to Texas, that ticket was a bit more expensive because there was two flights that required from DC to Washington D.C. to Killeen, Texas. So maybe that ticket was over $400, and again paying for the person coming with me, and again paying for any type of food or hotel expense. So that's you add hundreds of more dollars there. So again, it's not a cheap sport, and I've probably easily spent at least I would say $15,000-$20,000 on powerlifting easily, just through all these years of powerlifting. That's includes travel expense, meet expense, membership dues, travel, and etc. So if you're in this sport, then and if you're in for the long run, then make sure you have a job that pays you decently well. Otherwise, you'll be struggling as far as trying to keep up with expenses, especially when you're trying to travel to the big meets. So John, if you're still in school, study hard. Try to find a profession that will allow you to do things as far as traveling for powerlifting. And I know that's a large impediment to many powerlifters, and it's just tough luck. I mean, because things are so expensive, just as far as traveling and going to the big meets. So you really have to make sacrifice. So I know a lot of powerlifters, they actually they may slow down or they may stop completely if they have a family or whatnot. But I'm a single male. Not married, so I don't really have any type of impediments for as far as traveling for powerlifting or paying for powerlifting. So, I like to keep it that way as long as possible. And if you have distractions for powerlifting, and let's say you may have a large student loan, you may have you may have a luxury car. You may go out to eat. You may like fancy clothes. Then you just have to make sacrifice, just depending on your income level. So I mean, if you're living within your means, and powerlifting is the main focus for you, then by all means, as long as you take care of your responsibilities, then by all means spend the money on powerlifting. But if you don't have other aspects in your life that are set, and if you're struggling to pay other bills, then it probably isn't your priority to powerlift and go to this big meet. So just take care of yourself first, and then anything extra, then go ahead and spend for the powerlifting, just depending on your amount of dedication to the sport of powerlifting. So just to recap, powerlifting isn't a cheap sport. Again, and powerlift based on your income level. So if you're earning enough that where you take care of yourself, and if you have other responsibilities, if you have family, if you have other expenses, just take care of those first, and just treat powerlifting as a secondary measure as far as spending goes. And Again, if you don't have the money, then it's perfectly fine to do local meets. Local meets technically have to have the same standards as IPF World, so IPF Open World. So again, you won't be missing out on much. Just the prestige and the honor of going to these big competitions and making a name for yourself. So. John, hopefully that answered the questions. Powerlifting is not a cheap sport. I spent thousands of dollars on powerlifting. And if you really love powerlifting, then you'll make the sacrifice, but live within your means, and take care of your responsibilities first before going to any type of powerlifting expense. So also I forgot all the years of gym membership, so that costs you as well. John, hopefully that answered your question. So that's it, and thanks for watching.